First of all, thank you, Mayor, and thank you, council members, for giving me this time. I'd like to open up. My name is Andres Gonzalez, everybody calls me Andy. And we opened up the motorcycle shop. And the motorcycle shop is, we're not able to sell motorcycles out of it, of course, because of River Road, and that's fine. And we were just trying to supplement the business and just doing minor car repairs, because I've been a mechanic for a while. I used to run the generators, work on generators, stuff like that. And so we were trying to supplement the income both. And I apologize to you, Mayor, trying to get it open, and I know we were stacking up a little bit of cars, but we got everything out of there. That's one thing my brother and I decided we were going to do. We didn't want a bunch of trash. We didn't want anything piling up there. So we cleaned up everything. We're getting pretty much settled in now, so we've got everything cleared up. And I would just like to respectfully ask, if we could, I'll do anything I have to do, put up fencing to hide anything that we have to. I don't want to do major repairs. I'm not equipped for it. We don't have the space for that, so I don't want to do any of that. Just that, little minor things, and that's one thing I would like to be able to do. And, just putting myself out there for y'all to see it.
Absolutely. Well, like I say, we appreciate you moving here, appreciate you coming in. I want you to understand that we have rules and regulations that if we change something for you, then all of a sudden it trickles all the way up and down. So I like your shop. I do appreciate the fact that you're keeping it clean. When I first saw the motorcycles out there, they were all lined up looking shiny, and I started to pull in there, and I thought, no, I don't need another toy.
And the reason they're not out there now is because the sun bakes them, and we don't want to be out there
Right.
the pretty bikes. But once it settles down, we'll start putting them out again.
All right. So, like I say, I'm going to turn this over to our attorney to, some of these things are in the process of changing, so what is today may not be tomorrow, but
Right.
I want to let him explain to you what we have got going on.
And I think the reason they asked me to speak into this is just the technical nature of
Right.
the zoning ordinance and what's required.
Mm-hmm.
Essentially, at the request, the first response would be, under the ordinance currently, automotive repair is not, it is a prohibited use, so it's not an allowed use in C2 zoning. And again, the technical things, because of the zoning characteristic of this, to get a change for that is not something that council can approve just by motion. It would require an amendment to the zoning ordinance. And so what you would have to do, if you wanted to pursue that, you could pursue a zoning amendment to the property that would then change it to a district where that is an allowable use. Make sense? So that would be the procedure you need to go through. Marvin, City, I could share that if it's helpful, what that process is, to go and request that it be changed. But again, that's a discretionary function, right? Council considers what is the uses along this area, how do we think this property needs to develop. But all that being said, if they were going to do it, it would have to be in that context, because currently in C2 zoning, automotive repair is a prohibited use. And so it's not allowed, and they don't have authority tonight to grant that. Does that make sense?
Correct. Okay.
And we are reworking some of that, and I will give you my word that if that changes there, I will come down personally and let you know that it's either good to go or time for you to come back up here and see what we can do, because we're trying to clean up the boulevard.
Right.
It
I
got
understand.
very bad looking, and like I say, I appreciate the fact that you got a nice clean shop, and I sure hope you'll keep it that way. But
Well, yeah, but without that, I'm probably not going to be there.
Really?
Yeah, because that's, again, $3,000 a month with trying to get started, and without being able to sell motorcycles, even though this motorcycle repair is not gonna pay the bill to do that. So, you know, more than likely, I'll probably have to leave, break my lease, lose all the money I've invested in it. But,
And motorcycle sales is,
I think it's
Yeah,
allowed
why do
if
you
it's
keep
in
saying
a
that you
closed
can't-
building. Sorry,
what?
I didn't mean to cut into you.
because they told me I couldn't sell, motorcycles. out of
Can't
there.
put them outside to sell.
Mhm.
We sell
That I
them
know.
inside?
But I think inside, let me research it better for in the morning to tell you.
Mhm.
I think you can as long as it's inside an enclosed.
So if he had a sign, motorcycles for sale on his glass, on the glass of his building, but the cycles were inside, that's okay.
That's what I understand, but I could be wrong, so I'll research that tomorrow and we can get back.
You're leasing this area?
Yes. Yes, and I signed, for a year lease in May, I believe. Okay. So, well, in that case, since I'm not gonna be able to do anything like that, could I, do, detailing, car wash detailing? Or,
Do you want me to-
or could I put a food truck out there?
So I can't speak to the food truck, I would have to look at that.
Not at this
I
time.
can't answer the detailing.
Mhm.
Currently, the ordinance also prohibits generally the car wash
Mhm.
operations, and I think that would fall under there. I will share, if that's okay with council, that the council is discussing potential amendments here, and there's a chance that that might be something that changes
Mhm.
in the future in this district. We'll see how that ends up in the end, but currently, detailing would
Okay.
not be allowed, but there is some possibility that could change in the future.
Okay,
If
all
that's
right.
of interest.
So, and we are working on that
Mhm.
right now. We're
Near-
not talking,
near-
not talking about months from now.
Right.
Well, not years from now anyway, but, this is a difficult thing, like I say, we ran like the Wild West and you could do anything and it looked like it, and then we went and got too strict and now we're coming back and trying to,
No.
so I definitely sympathize with your timing of all this,
Mhm.
and I'll get with Marvin, we'll find out what you can and can't do, and I'll come visit you.
Okay, all right.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
You can't have, I know, like used car lots or anything like that, but I think the way it's written in there, you could sell, is it new or used motorcycle?
Well,
It matters. Does it matter?
well, to get, no, it has to be used because to get a,
Yeah,
you have to go through Harley Davidson.
Right.
And, I mean, that's,
Yeah.
and they normally require you to
But
have
see, that's
huge
fixing
buildings
to
and.
Yeah.
change too, probably, so.
When you talk about they were all lined out so pretty, for what? If you're not, are you?
I
Well, we,
assume they were
we,
for
they were
sale.
personal motorcycles.